Hi, this is Phil Brock, and this is Brock and Your Block. It's a Thanksgiving Day in Los Angeles, and we are celebrating at the Westside Thanksgiving here at the Veterans Administration in West Los Angeles. I'm staying here with
Lori McCreary.
And Lori, we're at the Veterans Administration. It's Thanksgiving Day. Tell me what we're doing here.
We have a Thanksgiving dinner that's open to anyone in the city, whether you need a Thanksgiving meal for free or whether you don't. We give out clothing, haircuts, and a great time.
This is an event that started, the genesis was Santa Monica?
Started in Santa Monica. Our first dinner was 1983 at St. Augustine's by the sea, which is a little church on 4th Street in Santa Monica. And 3 years later, it got so big we had to move it to the Santa Monica Civic, and we were there for 25 years.
And now that you're at the North Campus of the Veterans Administration. I understand when it was in Santa Monica, there was more. There was eye care, there was doctor care.
Yes, we had UCLA and Cedars-Sinai had an entire medical clinic set up. People got their health care and their whole family's health care for almost the whole year. Their general checkups there every year.
And a lot of this is for our homeless citizens, our homeless vets, the people who are most in need in our community. And I noticed that behind you, they're handing out clothing.
Absolutely. We have a clothing set up like Nordstrom's basically. So we set up men's and women's and shoes. And if you come and you're our guest, you get a shopper and they help you. They take you through every section and you take things for you or your family.
Really? Yeah. And I understand that people were providing socks and companies donate.
Yeah, we have a lot of companies donate, but mostly it's a real community effort, and still hundreds of people from Santa Monica bring a turkey or a bag of clothes. It's a big community event. We've been doing it for 33 years now.
I talked to a lady off camera earlier who said that they brought turkeys. Her neighbors came with clothing. How many people will you help and serve today?
Today in terms of meals, 3,164.
So it's a lot of meals.
It's a lot of meals and a lot of people, and I think, look, mostly people are here to connect. It's a community event where people have a place to come and see each other, and sometimes I see these people only once a year who are helping either our guests or coming to help.
Isn't it also great for the volunteers, because the volunteers get to connect with people who are in need?
Yeah, it's a very tangible way to connect with people in our community that we might not otherwise connect with. And we have over 50% of the people that come here are low-income families, but they may just not have enough money to buy a turkey for their family, so they come here and they celebrate with us.
Right. And I see there's a concert stage behind me. There's the clothing over here. I saw tons of people volunteering, and that to me is very heartwarming.
Every year we have between 2,000 and 3,000 volunteers.
Wait, repeat that.
Every year between 2,000 and 3,000 volunteers.
Is this event no longer in Santa Monica where we have a large contingent of people who are in need? Why isn't it there?
Our home, the Santa Monica Civic, 4 years ago was condemned for earthquake damage, so we were no longer able to be there. And we looked in the city for a large enough venue to have 3,000 people served, and the closest thing we found so far was the VA.
But you're cooking outside. You're not really using any buildings on the inside here, are you?
Now we're not. We thought because we were at the Civic for so long, we were inside. We thought we needed a place to come inside. And so the first year we were here, we realized, whoa, we're going to have to kind of do a makeshift. We're from the production world, so we were able to kind of put up a makeshift kitchen and cook outside. So now we really just need a big space that has enough room for volunteers to park and for people to come and sit and enjoy a lovely meal with us.
This event worked really well in Santa Monica for over 2 decades. It's something that still should be in Santa Monica at the Santa Monica Civic, and you really only need the outdoors.
Absolutely. Now that we know we can do this outdoors, we just need a big outdoor space. And the heart of this dinner is really in Santa Monica. All of us who started this 33 years ago are Santa Monica residents, and many of us are still there, and we love Santa Monica. And even though it's great to be here at the VA, it would be really great to go back home.
You're volunteering really hard today.
Yes, I am.
And helping, and you've been here since?
6 a.m.
6 a.m. So this is a beautiful Thanksgiving day for everyone in LA, but for the people who really need help, they're happy to see those people have dinner and feel appreciated and feel, as they walk through the line, someone saying thank you and how can we help you and would you like more and what can we do to make your day better. I think that's so valuable.
I think it is too, especially in today's world of everything happening via the internet or via our cell phones, to have this kind of an interaction with somebody, look them in the eyes, put your hand on their shoulder. It's sometimes the only time people for months have been in contact with people that close. We encourage people to sit down and just have a meal. If you have time, if any of you have time next year and you have nothing to do on Thanksgiving Day, come down and just have a meal with somebody. It's really lovely.
I think I want to make sure that more people volunteer for this event and we bring this event back to the Santa Monica Civic. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm standing here with a restaurant owner who is retired, and now what are you doing and what's your name?
My name is Jay Handel, and yes, I'm happily retired after 27 years of restaurant business in the West Side. And now I spend every minute I have volunteering around the city, and this is something I got involved in 3 years ago that I love.
So tell me a little bit about this event and what you were doing here today.
Well, I came in 3 years ago when the person who ran their kitchen operation decided he didn't want to do it anymore. Terry Gomes, who's been involved here for well over 12 years, got a hold of me and said, "I'm taking you back in." And I love it. We build a kitchen outside, we run a kitchen inside, we prep all day Wednesday and Wednesday night. We get all the turkeys, we carve them up, we make the mashed potatoes, we make the stuffing, we build the gravy, we build the entire meal, and then come out here Thursday morning with a full set of volunteers and chefs, and many of them are chefs who were in the military in the past, and we feed thousands of people, whether they're homeless or not, just people who are hungry, have no place to go, have no friends to do it with, or are homeless and are needy, or are that one check, away.
How many turkeys today?
Oh,
We'll do the boilerplate stuff.
hundreds of turkeys.
And this is, I just saw a carcass over there. This is real turkey.
Oh no, this is not pressed turkey, and I have to give credit to everybody in the entire community, because everything you see here is donated. And when I got here 3 years ago, and I heard I was going to feed 2,000 people that year, but we had no budget to buy turkeys or anything, I thought to myself, this will never happen. Now, I have to tell you, I call it the loaves and the turkeys. I'm amazed every year that we're able to feed 500 more, 1,000 more, up to 3,000, 4,000 people, and not one dime comes from an organization. It comes from everybody out there who's philanthropic and goes home and bakes one turkey or two turkeys.
And the symbolism of Thanksgiving for people, whether they're homeless or they have a lot, is so important that they feel valued on Thanksgiving Day.
I think they should feel valued every single day. Quite frankly, I've worked on homelessness in my area here for 28 years, especially with the VA. I live 3 blocks from here. And I have to tell you, homelessness, it's a stigma on people, but homeless is a big, broad brush word. It's not 40 years ago, the hobo, 30 years ago, the bum, 20 years ago, the transient, and whatever. Now it's the homeless displaced. There are people who just lost their job and, have no place to go.
And they were one check away, and now they're no check away. And the gentrification of the West Side is hurting even more.
Yeah.
We have now in Santa Monica 22 Starbucks.
I closed my restaurant in Culver City because my rent went from $10,500 a month to $35,000 a month, triple net on my new lease.
That's staggering.
Well, it's ridiculous. There comes a breaking point.
Well, I applaud you for doing this work. Sometimes it's a burden.
This isn't a burden. This is a gift to me. This is a gift that I go home after 48 hours of working as hard as I can and bringing a staff of people, most of which I've never met in the past, and bringing them together into an environment where we can crank out 3,000 to 4,000 meals and make people feel good about their life, even if just for one day. Thank you. My pleasure.
This was a great way to spend Thanksgiving. The Westside Thanksgiving is a noteworthy, wonderful celebration of all that's family good in West Los Angeles. It was great to see so many volunteers serving Thanksgiving dinner. This event worked so well when it was at the Santa Monica Civic for so many years, because in addition to what you saw today at the Veterans Administration, there was also dental care, there was eye care from the Lions Club, there was medical care. The Santa Monica Civic is an ideal location for it. Please, let's return to the Santa Monica Civic, and I can do another episode in 2017. For Brock and Your Block, this is Phil Brock. Thanks for watching.